Hey, what's up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? My apologies. Intro not ready yet. It has been a weekend, y'all. A weekend. But anyway, give me some random ass background music up here, man. Um. So anyway, welcome to the very first episode of Instant Replay Hoops. Apologies for a couple minutes delay. This thing is it just giving me trouble today. So anyway, obviously as you can see, my esteemed co-host isn't here. Had some shit going on today. And Saturday morning, I separated my AC joint and right in here. So you ain't gonna see that much movement. Was gonna throw on the the sling that they gave me. I've been wearing all weekend, but I have been pretty much immobile. Hadn't been able to do shit all weekend. With a saying, yeah, man, I didn't wear it. Dude, you know how hard it was to get this shirt on, bro? After I got the shirt on, I said, you know what? I'm good. I'll just keep the arm stationary for the show. To get this thing going. But hey, man, if anybody out there, I don't know if that thing live on Twitter, man. Something going on. Okay, wait. Let me see. I was trying to see if it was on there, and it wasn't. Literally wasn't on there. So I don't think that. Yeah, it ain't on my Twitter, man. Hey, what's good, Joey? What's good, bro? Um, oh, you already know. Joey know what happened. I said them. Letting them know that the old shoulder was fucked up, dog. Surgery, bro. I had like a real athlete's injury, like when I've seen that across the injury report before when it comes to sports. Separated AC joint, bro. And see with the AC joint, it's not like you popped it out of socket. You could just knock it back in. The AC joint is like joints. It's like tendons and all of that kind of shit. So there's some tears there. Your boy definitely is gonna have to have surgery or what have you. But I guess everybody's watching on YouTube right now because Twitter is just not. I don't see it on my Twitter feed at all, and so that's kind of got me. That's just aggravating the shit out of me right now, to be quite honest. But still ain't on there. Nope. Well, wait, hold up. Apologies, y'all. Yeah, shit ain't working, man. Shit ain't working on Twitter. So, anyway, just a little quick backstory. Obviously, the NFL's a long season. I went back and counted season seven's episodes for instant replay football, and she was like 50 some dog, like 54 episodes, bro. 54 episodes. So normally when the season's over with, like, the break is well needed. But I always at least, about a week after the finale for football, just get this itch to keep talking. And of course, there's news out there, but it's not like it doesn't come in the same volume as it does when the season is happening. So that's why we come back at the draft and stuff like that. But we talked a bit and said, hey man, want to expand this thing, talk a little bit about basketball. Basketball is my second love when it comes to sports, man. Football will always have that top spot. But basketball is it's one of the only sports, man, that you can actually get out there and play by yourself, man. Like golf. Football, you can't play football by yourself, but yeah, you can get out there and do some running, dribble. Who throwing you the ball? Who catching the ball? But basketball, you can take that thing out there to the local court. Ain't nobody out there. Get out there, shoot some balls yourself, do whatever. Um, and I think that's how sort of basketball comes up with a lot of people. That's how it was for me. I was not talented at all. Just loved to play it. I was trash at it, but still like to play. And so when it comes to this show, right, obviously you can see I'm a Hawks fan. They ain't doing too good. I think right now we're gonna check out the standings. They're sort of in the play-in tournament. Which, if you're unaware what that is, we'll get into that later on in the season. Today is All-Star Sunday. The All-Star game will be this evening, and kind of a new format this year. We'll get into that as well. But first, man, I wanted to shout out to homie Chris Paul, bruh. Peace out. Chris Paul has retired. Finally calling his retirement. Let's see. Hold on. Let me break this down. Bro, I wish. Nah. Yeah, this was a middle of the night and the dark fall in my bedroom. But yeah, it's nothing fancy, nothing to uh uh Well, I had something pulled up, but I guess I. Anyway, it was some words from Chris Paul. Obviously, I ain't got it up here no more. Probably exited out on accident, but yeah, man, Chris Paul. I'm pretty sure future locked in Hall of Famer. Um, they call him the point guard and all of that kind of stuff because he's probably one of the best point guards I've ever watched play basketball. Played on a lot of different teams. I think toward the end he kind of sort of as players who sort of play the game for that long and don't get to hoist a trophy, they kind of ring chase, man. I hate to say it like that, but they go to some good teams in hopes that they could be the added piece that might help that team get over the hump, and then he could finally get him a ring before he retires. But shouts out to Chris Paul, man. Shouts out to Chris Paul. Great career. Uh, you know, I'm pretty sure locked in Hall of Famer. Dude was part of the Players Association, all that kind of stuff. So, shouts out to Chris Paul. All right, so let's look at the standings real quick as we jump in. I think me and V also talked about this was like the perfect point to jump into the NBA season. It's a long season, 87 games per team, and as you look at it, once halfway through the season, you get to the All-Star break, you see who the real cats are and who the pretenders are, and sort of. So, what a good place to jump in. I think we're going to hit the ground running. As for right now, this show will be once per week on Sundays at the same time. But let's take a look, man. Obviously, the Eastern Conference, where your boy, you can see my team down there at number 10 in the play-in tournament. You got the Pistons at number 1, the Celtics at 2, the 3 seed will be the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Toronto Raptors, and the Philadelphia 76ers. Those are your playoff teams. These last 4 teams, before you see the second line, are the teams that have made the play-in tournament. As of right now, this is you'll see that at the end of the season. The Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat, the Charlotte Hornets, and your boys' very own Atlanta Hawks. And then right on the outside, you can see the Bulls, Bucks, Nets, Pacers, Wizards. As you can look at their records right here, wins, losses. These teams probably ain't making it. I mean, obviously, they're only 2 games behind us. So the second half of the season, man, is going to be a lot of important Eastern Conference games to decide sort of these spots. Charlotte, look at Charlotte right there. They beat us last week, sort of one of the last 2 games before the All-Star break. Charlotte's been playing some good ball lately. But yeah, you see that what separates us from the 7th seed right there is 2 dubs, bruh. 2 wins, okay? And so here we go. The Western Conference, obviously the defending world champion Oklahoma City Thunder in the first spot, 42-14. I mean, bro, that's a 4-game lead right there over the Spurs. Who somebody put it? I seen this funny ass post that said, "Man, it seems like the Spurs and the Thunder play each other every 4 business days, bro." And I cannot agree more. It seems like every time I'm looking up, I'm catching the Spurs and the Thunder, which is good because look, the top 2 in the Western Conference. Got the Nuggets right here with Jokic and the boys at 35 and 20. In the third spot, Rockets. Los Angeles Lakers, Minnesota Timberwolves round out the playoff teams, the play-in tournament. Right here, the Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, Portland Trail Blazers, and the Clippers, who just traded James Harden over to the Cavaliers. We'll take a look at some of that stuff too. And obviously, right outside, now see, this disparity is different, right? You look at the what 2 games separate, or 2 dubs, rather, separate the Bulls from the Hawks when it comes to the first team out and the last team in the playoff tournament. When you look at these 2, this is 6 dubs. This is a bigger sort of thing. Got the Sacramento Kings with the worst record in the league. By the way, as we get to that, let me give you some thoughts on some stuff that's happening. Obviously, let me give you a few the tanking stuff. The teams that were fined the other day for sort of sitting healthy players. I don't know how you get around it. Obviously, as I sit here, there's a lot of stuff in basketball not to like these days because I'm an old school cat. You're going to see a lot of Jordan on this show. I have like 6 Jordan jerseys. I'm going to wear those from time to time. Favorite player of all time, I feel like he is the GOAT. I'm sure that conversation is going to come up on this show on several different occasions. And when I was young and impressionable young kid, man, trying to learn how to play basketball and all that kind of stuff, Jordan was the man, right? 80s, 90s. He's he's 6 championships, right? Like Michael Jordan speaks for himself. The Last Dance, all of that stuff, the shoes, everything. The movie Air, which is one of my favorites of all time. Right? As I sit and I watch that, and I remember a quote from Jordan. We're gonna get into all this kind of stuff on the show. This is just pretty much a preview, man, first episode. But I remember Jordan said he over Jackie Moon. Hey, I watched that shit the other day, dog. It was on TV the other day, man. It's hilarious, bro. But Yeah, I forgot what I said. Oh no. Well, Jordan, I remember one of the quotes of him saying that he plays hard every time. He said because there's some kid in some arena, in some away game, even if Jordan's not feeling 100%, he's gonna play because some kid saved up his allowance for 2 weeks to buy a ticket to that game to see Michael Jordan play. What a shame if he couldn't. So obviously that goes down the road of players taking time off the rest, all this kind of shit. And I ain't talking about like with Embiid, what they're doing with his minutes. I mean, dude just come off some injuries. I'm talking about healthy players taking games off, so that at the end of the season they're full strength. I don't know. I'll never agree with that ever because I've seen it done at the highest of levels. Players playing, and back in Jordan's day, dude, they used to get their fucking ass whooped going to the hole. Let's look at some of that stuff. Look at how they got whooped on, man. The rules have changed and fouls and all that. Again, we'll get into all of that stuff as this first season of Instant Replay Hoops goes, because there's a lot of topics like that out there that sort of we have opinions on, and we'll be sharing those with y'all as well. So, yeah, man, with the tangy stuff, man, it's wild, bro. I don't know how you stop teams from doing it. I guess fines would be something in the right direction. Um, it's a sort of a sticky situation. It just is, man. You got these teams that are trying to get like high lottery picks and stuff. I think one of the good things about the NBA, although they don't have a salary cap, one of the good things about the NBA is they when it comes to the draft lottery, the team with the worst record might not get the first pick, right? They take those teams at the bottom and they put this draft lottery where these balls come up. So tanking doesn't necessarily mean you'll get the number one pick, right? So that's one of the good things I do like about the NBA. But I think to that point, the fines and things that we've seen, like some of these teams incur over the last week, right before the All-Star break, that's probably some steps in the right direction, man. Some steps in the right direction. So, all right, here we go. Back to these standings. So, yeah, there you go, man. Standings are updated with the completion of each game. Teams seeded 7 through 10 in each conference will compete in the play-in tournament at the end of the regular season, which is what I was just talking about. We'll get into that more in depth when it comes time for that. It's not really that complicated, but it does take some explanation as far as, in this case, the play-in tournament will be Magic will play the Hawks, and then the Heat will play the Hornets. And then the winners of those games will play like these. They play 3 games in theory. It's a lot into it, man. But yeah, that's what's going on with the standings right now. As far as the All-Star break, all right. So the All-Star game, man, is going with some different format than they've ever done before. The will feature a round robin mini tournament with 4 12-minute games, and this is how this is going to go. Obviously, right here. Let me see if I can. Hurts the shoulder a bit. Game 1 is World versus USA Stars. Game 2, the winning team of Game 1 versus USA Stripes. The losing team of Game 1 will play USA Stripes as well. And then the All-Star Championship game, top 2 teams from round robin play. If all 3 teams finish 1-1 after the round robin games, the first tiebreaker will be point differential across each team's 2 games. Now, let's take a look at the rosters, y'all. Take a look at the rosters. All right. So, this will be Team Stars, USA Stars, right? You got Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson from your boy from the Atlanta Hawks, and Tyrese Maxey, who's been on the run this season. Jaylen Brown for the Team Stripes, USA Stripes. Jalen Brunson, Steph Curry, who's injured, as you can see by these little dots. These dots mean these players won't be there. They just made the team. They got Kevin Durant, De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Donovan Mitchell. All right, and the world team right there, what you got? You got Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is injured. You got Team Adi, I'm messing his name up. Denny Avdija, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SPA, as you can see, is also injured, won't be in this game. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Norman Powell, Alfred Sengun, Pascal Siakam, Karl Anthony Towns, Cat, and then Victor Wembanyama to round out the world team. Now, look, I'm going to tell you something, bro. The world team is nice. Can't even lie. All of these teams are nice, to be quite honest, but the world team, as you can see, like as I've watched in my experience watching basketball since I was a kid, up until now, the international game is sort of taken off, right? These international players and things of that nature that were watching these players, as they were growing up over there, shooting the ball and learn how to shoot. And nowadays, because of Steph Curry, because of players like that, the three ball has become like one of the most important aspects of the game. And now you have players like Victor Wembanyama, who, by the way, third year for Vic in the league, right? And again, I don't start watching basketball to this point in the season. And a lot of times, especially through Victor's, rookie season, the Spurs weren't that good. They weren't on a lot of nationally televised games. So I didn't really see much except for like ESPN highlights and stuff like that, right? So, and then last year, obviously, he had the injury. Well, I think there was the illness that kept him out for most of the season. And then he came back this year. So earlier this season, probably about the first, I'd say about the third or fourth week of the season, I caught a Spurs game on TV, right? And when I tell you, okay, when it comes to Victor Wembanyama, I had not ever really paid attention. Of course, with the highlights, you're going to see some crazy dunks, dude shooting wild threes, to be so tall, to be so agile, and he's got some dribbles that'll shake some cats off their feet. Like, literally, dude is nice, right? I had not actually watched him in a game. That's a fucking alien, y'all. That is just watching how much bigger he was and watching actual timeouts and watching actual just, moments in the game, where the ref has the ball and they're trying to discuss some shit. They're getting ready to inbound and all of this kind of stuff. And you get to see him standing next to other players and standing next, like literally, I thought, holy shit. When it's all said and done, this kid he might be the king, bro. It might go down as that. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to love another player as much as I did Jordan, but I still think that this kid is special. And an absolute freak of nature, dude. Absolute freak of nature. If you've ever watched a game with him, I honestly never got to see Michael Jordan play in real life. One of the, obviously a lot of us, your favorite players, it's probably going to end up, unless you made it to a game sort of luckily or you saved up some money. So it was hard to see Jordan play now. If I do get to see another player play in actual real life, I'd like to see Wemby. I just want to see with my own eyes just how big he is and how, how fast he can move up and down the court and things like that. Obviously, he's still learning. He is not as dominant. He still can be had, right? I've seen some games where he's not necessarily him be had, but the Spurs. So just because they have him doesn't mean it's going to absolutely dominate. But, yeah, man, I just wanted to share that. I made sure I put that in my notes that I wanted to share sort of my first experience, like watching Wemby on a level that wasn't just highlights. So you know what I'm talking about? Like actually watching him in a game. And then, of course, I've seen a few more this season. I actually watched him play against Golden State the other night. Golden State held their own up until the fourth quarter. Damn it, I can't never remember Spurs head coach. He put his bench back in there who had sort of made the difference in the first half of the game to a certain extent, put them back in there sort of midway through the third quarter. And the Golden State Warriors, who were without Steph and things like that, they just couldn't keep up. They started hot. But, All-Star game, man. Let me go back up to this. Again, when it comes to this sort of round robin type deal, I'm very eager to see that. I will be watching this just to see sort of how it transpires and if it works well, good enough for them to keep doing this as the next season. So, in other words, because I think that back in the day, the All-Star game used to be tough, bro. Back in the days, man, them dudes played hard in the All-Star game. And, of course, it's taking a different turn when you have players taking time off and stuff like that. The game has become sort of non-competitive to a certain extent, and I get that because it doesn't count for anything. But I think back in the day, they used to play, bro. Back in the day, the All-Star game was fucking dope. You saw some players go at each other, and Kobe's one of the ones. Shout out to Kobe, who I do believe, right, the second favorite player of all time. He brought it in some of them games, and I think that attitude is missing. So maybe this will make it more competitive. I know we all saw Kevin Durant in his post-game interview the other night where he was saying, Luka and them don't play. Like, as far as, like, take the game seriously. So maybe they will this time. Maybe they will. I am very eager to see what this is going to look like and sort of eager to see what the game plan is going to be as far as how y'all going to guard Wemby, bro? Because I'm sure they got some plays in there for him that are, like, set up for some of that stuff. So, all right, man. And also that comes with the All-Star festivities. Was the 3-point contest. Dame Lillard, Dame Dimes, right? Wins the 3-point contest. Let's see if we can see a little bit. We're going to show a little bit of the action on here. Probably won't, but we'll see. Take that down. We'll take that. So Dame Dimes joins. I think I have to get that back up. So y'all didn't think so. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. But yeah, man. Going back to some of the stuff, man. You know, I like Golden State. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's not you know, as far as me being a Hawks fan, I do like the Knicks, even though that's an Eastern Conference foe. The Pacers can get out of here. The Heat can get out of here. Those teams that we play, you know, we play them all often. The Bucks, I ain't really got a problem with the Bucks, but they can also get out of here. The Celtics can definitely get out of here. No disrespect, right? Obviously, if you've been watching this show when we talk about football for any given amount of time, we love the sport way more than our favorite team. So we respect greatness and we cherish greatness. We always shout out greatness when it's out when it's there. So yeah, again, while I might not be a Celtics fan because you know fuck the Celtics, I'm a Hawks fan. They are nice. They got some nice players, and uh for them to damn what the hell is it? How the hell do I forget? Anyway, let me find this right. Let's see. Okay, let's see. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's right here. Continental. This is his first go at it. Obviously, he was in there. Let's see. Let's scroll forward. It's kind of shaky. I apologize, man. My internet is getting pushed probably right now to really late. Jamal Murray was in there, obviously from the Nuggets. Jamal Murray's a nice shooter. Let's see. Kneppel Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell was also in there. Um, Portis Jr., Bobby Portis Jr. was also in there, popping it up there. Murray got eliminated right here. Looks like 18 out of who else was in that? Tyrese Maxey was off in that thing. Tyrese having a good season, man. Good season, man, for the Sixers, man, for sure. Uh, first round. Devin Booker in the first round. Let's see, scored to avoid elimination. Murray got eliminated right there. You can see that. Powell still in it. Mitchell still in it. Kneppel is still in that thing. And then obviously, let's see. The eventual champion, Dame Dimes. Uh, that last rack, hold up. Is this the one where he was lights out pretty much? I think he got 27. Nice shit. See Shaq. Okay, this is the final round. I see Dame Dillard won. I think he hits one more of these. Missed that one. Yeah. I think one of these gonna pop. That one gonna go in. I think. Oh, yep. I think. Oh, is the last one go in? Yeah, got that one. That put him at 29. Scored avoid elimination. Beat Kneppel to be the eventual 3-point contest champion. Beat Devin Booker. All right, so yeah, you can see that right there. Obviously, that's some of the festivities that go along with NBA All Star Weekend. I know the dunk contest was always that thing for us. We was younger, dog. Whether you could dunk or not, dog. We always like to see. I remember Harold Miner, old baby Jordan in the house one time. I can't remember it was the early '90s. Obviously, the dunk contest kind of lost some of his luster, but then Zach Levine and oh man, what's the other kid's name? Them two dudes put on a show, man. It's been like 10 years now. Let's see. Jackie Moon, bruh. Let's see. Okay. Brian, I'm looking for difficulties. It might not come up. Let me see. Okay. So this is on the spot. Okay. All right. So I start trying to play. I get a little bit better. Um. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me make sure everything's still. Yeah. Okay. Everything's still good. My apologies, y'all. I was trying to put something up there and it didn't work. It didn't work. So look, I'm gonna wrap this up for now. I think I'm having a couple of technical difficulties, and my shoulder is pretty sore. But I didn't want to cancel the show. We have been looking forward to doing this. I've been putting stuff out there, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do the show. Just to kind of give you guys an introduction. And again, like I said, man, V's a Lakers fan, so he'll have a lot more insight when it comes to Western Conference. I'm an Eastern Conference kind of guy. And we'll be back next week, man. Just going to talk about what happens in this All Star game. And like I said again, I'm eager to check the format out, man. New format for the All Star game, and something that hadn't been done before with the world players and things like that. Very eager to see how that turns out. But once again, anybody who tuned in, I appreciate it. Sorry that V wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? We had planned on both of us being here. Sorry about my shoulder, separated AC joint, which fucking sucks ass. But I'm gonna have to ride through it, bro. I'm gonna have to ride through it. Looking forward to it. Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you as always being there, man, for the shows, bro. And yeah, man. I use the old outro. Like I said, I was planning on working on the intros and outros yesterday, to get ready. You know what I mean? Because I don't know why I don't like to call it last minute, but like I hate when I make them too early and watch them and see something. Oh, I need to go back and add that. I need to go back and add that, and I end up. It's a process. That's why I like to kind of wait till once it's done. Now I don't have time to mess with it. Didn't get that opportunity yesterday because the shoulder was just too painful. But yeah, peace out, y'all. We'll see y'all next week, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the first episode, the very first of NBA or not NBA hoops. I'm tripping. Instant replay hoops, and we'll see you guys next week, man. Peace out.